We should start with a little more of that, please.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
Hello and welcome to our pocket dimension of the internet. My name is Callie. You stumble across a one-shot's actual play. This is Destiny. Destiny is kind enough to join me today.
You'll play an alcoholic bounty hunter who does their best to forget their past through a combination of being so drunk you don't remember, being so hungover it hurts to think, being so hyper-focused that you tune everything else out, understand that, or being so high on adrenaline you don't need to think.
I'm at your whim too.
Yay.
So we'll just be sort of doing it together. One of my favorite things about duets is that as the player, you have the ability to do so much in very quick, rapid succession because you don't have to. And as the GM side, it can be very difficult. I don't recommend starting out with duets unless you know that sometimes you might just need like a break to, like I spend, for a party of 5, I'll spend maybe an hour prepping for a 3-hour session. For a party of 1, I will probably spend the same amount of time prepping, if not more, than the actual time that I expect to spend in the session.
Just because you're going to get through everything a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to discuss. There's no sidebarring or anything whatsoever.
And you have less time to prep in the middle. So a lot of the duets that I've done have been really helpful to do play by post or PBP. Yeah, yeah. Because you have that time to think. And my writer side really gets to come out much more whenever I do PvP. So my villains tend to be a lot better because I don't actually like being like cruel. I don't like role-playing being a cruel person in person. But it's much easier for me to delve into that in text because I have time to think about it in like a way that's like self-removed from me. I spend a lot of time trying not to be evil. But anyway, so we'll go and we might take a break like in the middle and whatnot.
Cool.
It'll be a good time. As I've been thinking about liability stuff for developing a drinking game, I've been thinking about what take a shot means in the language of one-shots. And so now I've decided to officially take a shot means whatever you want it to mean.
I like that.
And then in person, I let folks know, because people have all sorts of different types of drinks they like to drink. And not everyone particularly likes shots. And also, it's maybe not as fun. It's also not easy to bring shots with you to a place.
Yeah.
So all I did when I ran at this con last time was say, anytime someone finishes a drink, that unlocks a die. I'm going to take this from the end.
Goodbye.
It also says at the end of this thing, if I had more time, I'd have written a musical theme and then placed that here. Just imagine a Western folk / bluegrass / Western / folk / bluegrass adjacent tune here, and picture things like dust, a tumbleweed rolling across a tan landscape, the sun high in the sky, wind kicking up small pieces of debris, and more dust. A lone figure on horseback slowly approaching from far down the road. The figure passing by a carriage with the touch of her hat and a nod of acknowledgement. The carriage rolling on towards a small town in the distance. Inside the carriage, a well-dressed man with a briefcase on his lap, sitting across from a woman wearing the well-worn remains of a soldier's uniform. The soldier nodding off into unconsciousness. That's where we begin.
Interesting.
So your character is either, and you get to choose, anywhere on the spectrum of actively drunk, incredibly hungover. Any part that you are not actively drunk, you are that much feeling hungover, and so on and so forth. What would you like, as you are the person in the carriage sitting across from the man?
Okay. Well, I think I would wake up and already be like doing like the dog's, what is that called when you hair of the dog? Disgusting phrase, by the way. But so
hair of the dog
if
that
the sun is
like that one?
Wait, what is the whole thing?
Hair of the dog that bit you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't like that because that just makes me think of eating hair, and that's not very satisfying. But the sun's already up in the sky, so I would have already had hair of the dog.
That's fair, and it's dark inside of the carriage.
I'm sure I would have needed it to be a little dark because it's probably like ew. But no, so I feel like I've drank enough that I'm pretty well functioning alcoholic at this point.
Yeah,
I do pretty good, and I think I'm a pretty good life of the party when I've had a little bit of stuff in me. So yeah, I've probably a few drinks in, but not like belligerently drunk. I don't think I would get belligerently drunk.
Sweet,
I'm still a lady.
Sounds good. So you've referenced, so go ahead and look at your inventory.
Ooh.
And as your character goes to have their first drink of the day before, like a little bit before where we started, check out your flask as you take a drink from it.
Inventory,
Mm-hmm.
looking on my thing, is on page 7. Flask, 8.1. I really like that. Section 8, subsection 1, flask. A metallic hip flask you keep in an inner jacket pocket. Oh my God, something that women don't have, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah, they're
Just,
awesome.
just over your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Just over your heart. It is your favorite time-telling device. Whenever the whiskey flask is empty, it's time to find a bar. Who needs a watch when you have your handy dandy hip flask?
There you go. So you've the sounds of the wheels and the axles is very white noisy, and with nothing to do with needing it dark in here, you sort of drifted off until I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but you don't know what your dexterity is, do you?
No, I don't have a clue.
All
I
right.
know that I'm like, my feet are up and I'm just like kind of humming and grooving.
Beautiful. Flip to the exact back of the sheet.
Whoop.
This is how we're going to determine your character's stats. You
Okay.
will roll for each stat specifically when it comes up.
Oh.
And you have 6 options to choose from.
Oh, you can choose from the... Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have 2 stats that you'll be like, all right, I'm just rolling 3d6, and that's it.
Okay.
And then you'll have 2 stats for the normal, roll 4d6, drop the lowest. And then you're going to have 1 stat where you're going to roll 5d6 and drop the 2 lowest, and 1 stat where you're going to roll 5d6 and drop just the lowest. So that stat will get 4d6 associated to it.
Yeah.
So from top to bottom, that's the ones that are statistically low average, statistically high average.
Makes sense.
So for your dexterity,
okay,
which would you like?
Oh, it's like,
off?
what do I want, or what is like most in line with the character? Because I don't think, well, no, she's pretty good. I'm sure like in the middle. So I'm gonna do the 4d6 and drop the lowest because that feels the most accurate. So I'm just gonna roll d6 4 times. 5, 4. That's 9.
Sweet. Yeah, I got you.
4.
5, 4, 4.
Cool. You're gonna do this for
I got
me?
you.
Perfect. Because I'm already in character. Because I've already forgotten. Working memory doesn't work very well for me. And 2. That was 2. That was 4.
So 13.
Perfect. That was with the lowest dropped? Wow. Oh, because it wasn't the 2. I didn't use the 2.
Yeah.
Good.
That also brings us to your background as a soldier. In D&D 2024, your base ability score stats are connected to your background and not your race. So you have a choice to make now.
Okay.
You can either have a +1 to all your physical stats, which are Dex, Con, and Strength, or you can pick one of those 3 to have a +2 to, one of those to have a +1 to, and one of them to have a +0 to.
That's a lot of thoughts across the board, so I'm going to say just 1 to all of them.
1 to all.
1 to all of them.
Sweet. So you can do a 13 + 1, and so now you have a 14 for a +2 dexterity.
+2.
You are also a rogue.
Yeah.
So you are proficient in dex saves.
Woohoo.
So for your dex save, you have a proficiency of 3, so you're going to have a dex save of +5. Now that we've accomplished that, I'd like you to check off the option that you chose there. Boop. And roll your dex save.
This is fun. I'm having a great time.
And then you also have that 1d4.
That's right.
Have. So it's a 7?
It's a 7, and it's a save, so it's 5, so 12. And yeah, I'm going to yes and on that. I'm going to stick. No, I'm not going to use
Stay
my
with the
D4.
12?
Yeah.
All right. The carriage stops as you arrive at the location, and bam, you hit your head forward, and then as you go to, your head goes back, the man that's with you catches you very quickly and says, Lieutenant, we wouldn't want you to hit your head so quickly this morning.
Where's I'm checking to make sure I didn't like spill my flask everywhere, because I would have just been holding it in my hand. I want to make sure I didn't spill my flask everywhere.
Sweet.
Oh, you're very close to me right now, sir.
Yes, everyone in this carriage, which is just the 2 of us, are naturally very close. This is the smaller of the carriage. We didn't spring for the luxury carriage. So if you're going to check and make sure, I would like you to make a just an investigation check.
Okay.
So you don't know
I have no idea.
what your... Oh, well,
Oh,
you can... That's fine. That's fine. We'll keep that. We'll keep that.
okay. That was a 15.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
So you'll need to roll some investigation being base intelligence.
Got it.
You'll need to once again choose.
Okay, I wanted to be smart, so we're going to do 5d6 and drop the 2 lowest.
All right, awesome. I got you. 5,
Perfect.
3, 5, 4,
Ooh.
2.
Was that
So
5?
5, 5, 4, I believe.
Perfect. Yeah.
And if we're wrong, add us in the comments. Feed the algorithm. What if I start to be intentionally being wrong about stuff? Just like constantly get stuff wrong.
People love
won't
correcting
tell.
people.
It's
So
true.
no, that
There's
sounds...
a whole actually show about that.
No, it actually seems really nice. You're actually being really kind to give people something to like pick on.
Yes.
So yeah.
All right. So that'll be
5, 5, 4, so 14. Is that what we said?
yes.
Which is +2. Perfect.
You are also, as a rogue, you are also proficient in intelligence saves.
I am so smart.
And I believe if you go over and look at the list of your proficiencies, you are proficient in investigation.
Ooh, I like being
So let's go
proficient
over
in
and
this.
check.
Okay.
We'll
I'm
go to
gonna
the... There you go.
Cross
Excellent.
that. Okay, let's see. Proficiencies. Oh my gosh, this is labeled very well.
Thank you.
Page 9. Also, this font is really nice as
I
well.
discovered this font again, and I really like
It's
it.
really satisfying. Like the title is just like,
It's so blocky.
It's
and
so
then this
blocky,
being like
but
the old time. So.
but still like really legible, which is great. Oh my gosh, I have Dwarvish,
Yes.
Orc, and Common Sign Language. Fuck yes, that's awesome.
Is, yeah,
And well, yeah, who cares? Whatever. Thieves can't. I can't do it. I just can't. Perception.
Yes, you do have investigation.
Investigation.
So right now, I think we're only concerned with investigation because it's the only intelligence-based proficiency that you have.
Okay.
And then we'll research, and and the first time that any of this else pops up, we'll go and we'll check it.
Perfect.
So you.
So 17 for right now.
Oh,
you were doing investigation too.
Investigation, yeah.
Okay, so dirty 20.
Yeah, so dirty 20. Sweet. You check your flask, and you, at this moment, with the dirty 20, you remember that you have 2 flasks.
Oh, of course. Well, did I spill this one though?
And you did, in fact, not spill that one because flasks are actually pretty hard to with the hip flask with their teeny tiny lids. They are actually pretty difficult to spill.
And yeah, thank God I don't have that last one that I had.
And if you did spill, then it's small enough that even a dirty 20 can't tell where it is.
Wow, thank goodness. Where's my other flask?
Your other flask, if you would go to your inventory and look at iron flask.
I want an iron flask. I've always wanted a real flask.
Yeah, you did. And then read what it says.
Iron flask. A metallic flask.
I just finished another one so you can remove the barrel.
Okay, section 8, subsection 2, iron flask. A metallic flask you keep on your belt. Ah ha ha ha. There's a symbol of a tight fist embossed on the front. Interesting. When held, it feels as though there might be something inside, although nothing sloshes around, and it could be the weight of an empty iron flask, depending on how thick the walls are. If opened, oh goodness, roll a D100 to see if there's anything inside and what it might be if there is anything. The iron flask requires attunement.
So you quickly, in your reflexive, you're like flask, and you recognize, you're like, oh, it's still in my hand, thank goodness. And oh, I also have this other flask here. What's in that flask? I can't remember.
No, but it's nice. It's a nice weight. I just kind of pat it and go, okay, Lieutenant, that's me. Yep, cool. Who, do I know your name?
Oh, I should hope so, Lieutenant. We've been traveling together for some time. I am, in fact, your assistant.
I know that. I was, yes, my assistant. That's you.
I see. It's one of those mornings.
Would you like a drink?
No, thank you. I'm off the stuff for the time being. But no, of course I am Dr. Pepper. And so you can go and look, as he says, Dr. Pepper. Go and look at item number 6.
Dr. Pepper.
And go ahead and read for yourself and the audience.
Dr. Pepper.
What does it say? Oh.
Dr. Pepper, section 6. You met the young doctor while you met the young doctor while they were a field medic on the battlefield. Of course, it's been so long. A mission had just gone sideways when a salvo of fireballs cut your two-man preservation squad and the garrison you were tasked with protecting. That there's a font in here that is delightful, by the way. This like bracket, satisfying, in half.
All this stuff that we'll see here will be available on the One Shots Patreon underneath the bonus content tab.
Look for the brackets. They're very pretty.
Look for the brackets. we are appreciators of punctuation here.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I really do.
There's a good couple M dashes in there as well, somewhere for you to find.
That's too early. I'm Spitzen. Cut your two-man preservation squad in half. When the dust settled, only you and a medic named James E. Peppa were left breathing, pinned down in the rubble by a demonic sniper. I hate it when that happens. Every time you try to peek your head out to look, the demon took a pot shot that zinged far too close for comfort. After confirming you were uninjured through hand signs, I am proficient in common sign language.
That's right. So is Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, what a great way for us to bond. The medic suddenly broke cover. The kid was going to get himself killed. Oh my goodness. Luckily for them, of course, you were there. You're welcome. And the moment they started drawing fire, you popped out the other side and popped 1 or 2 rounds into that fiend up on the hill. Somehow you both survived the rest of the day, and the medic became your spotter for the remainder of the war. No wonder he follows me around. And he just puts up with my shenanigans because I saved his life, quite literally.
Yeah. So there are a few things there that, like, if you wanted to, what do I know about guns? You'd be welcome to this other stuff there, but also that's a destiny choice. If you don't want to dwell on that, there's like several connections. There's some words and lore drops there that haven't been fully explained. So does that make any sense what I just said? The clarification?
Yeah, 1000%. Like I could dig deep into this if we really wanted to.
And I do memory checks. I've done various things over the years, but for people to do for like memory that is about like your life and life experience, not about like, I think Arcana is remembering what you know about magic and that you've like read through like books and studies and stuff. I think that like nature is what you remember about like the natural world, like what you've read, like a lot of book smarts. But as far as your own like memory goes, I typically do it now with an intelligence save and sometimes with a wisdom save, depending if it's like more like intellect or intuition based. That's what I've come to because there isn't particularly a memory stat in D&D.
I like that.
So
I think
that's
that
what I do.
Destiny is curious about the fact that it was a demonic sniper. That's a very interesting statement and phrase, but also the character is trying not to remember that it's a demonic sniper. So I think we're thinking about it, but trying not to think about the fact that I do remember who you are. And I think I'm going to assign to you like, oh, yes, of course, James Pepper.
Yeah. They do like of course, or like I'm just going to make up. I don't know ASL.
You're like,
I
know.
I'm just gonna.
I know that one.
I'm like flipping people
off.
Just like,
luckily, I think flipping people off is the sign for flipping people off.
Sweet.
Luckily.
So they do a hand gesture to you. That's like, you got it. And that's it. Well, we've arrived in Rabbit Hole.
Rabbit Hole.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
You know, the way you mock my voice whenever you talk is not always enjoyable first thing.
Oh, I promise I'm not. I
promise.
promise.
Is this the character voice you're trying to go with?
No.
Or is your character? Okay.
No, it's definitely. It's definitely
voice?
my own neurospiciness coming
Excellent.
out, where it's just fun to repeat it.
Yeah,
and I promise I'm sorry, James. I did not mean to do that. You know, sometimes I get a little in my brain, and your voice does something to me. It just tickles a part of my fancy that I. It's very satisfying. Sometimes it's nice to replay, but you're right. You're right. You have,
and it is
you
Dr.
have
Pepper
mentioned that
James.
Dr. Pepper saved your life, but that's fine. Dr.
You did, and you saved my life twice, and for that I'm eternally grateful. And the pot that you saved me from is connected to James.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper.
Thank you. Go ahead
we should make
and
a drink named that.
go ahead and look up Jamesy Pepper in your this sparks a memory that you have.
Oh no.
Of something about something.
Okay, section 6, subsection 1. James E. Pepper.
Which, to be clear for folks,
Yeah,
if
I was
it's
about
not
to
on the
say.
scene, there's James E. Pepper, which is a bourbon joke,
Hmm.
and then there's James E. Pepper, which is the same joke, but
Yeah, Jamesy.
like
All
Jamesy,
one
like a
word.
nickname,
Yeah,
Jamesy.
as opposed to James E.
Hmm.
Pepper.
But your character thinks they are two completely different.
One time, the Whiskey Thieves Guild came looking for a private Jamesy Pepper, but you'd never heard of him. James Pepper. James. Oh yes, you always get, of course, Dr. Pepper. Doc Pepper. Pepper.
Sweet.
And now I'm going with my flask. Pepper.
Well, we've arrived. Shall we exit?
Yes, of course, it's about time.
I will get the baggage. Would you like me to accompany you? Should we go to the inn first thing? What would you like to do? Of course, I'll follow your lead, as I do in all investigations.
Well, of course, yes. No, we should go straight to the local establishment where the most people can be for us to question, which, the pub.
Yes, I've never been to Rabbit Hole before. Actually, I haven't been since it's been called Rabbit Hole. I've only been to it when it was called the Frying Pan. Do you recall? I know you don't often recall your own experiences. Do you recall the Frying Pan?
Let's say I didn't. Of course I do. I know so many things, but I love hearing your voice, Doctor. Doctor.
Thank you.
Sir Pepper. Why don't you tell me?
So the Frying Pan was the first training camp.
First training camp, yes.
Yes, that anyone that was in the war had to go to.
Yes.
And some of us, some, not me, but some, it was the only training camp. It is where we learned how to dig rabbit holes.
Rabbit holes, of course, that's right.
In the war, of course, fireballs and were a particular threat. So it was always important to be able to get out of the way of fire.
Yeah.
As is important when fighting fiends with their predilection towards violence and fire and violent fire and their immunity and resistance to such.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Exactly.
So, rabbit hole.
Yes.
The bar?
Of course, I'll follow you. Yes. The entire establishment is new to me. I have not been back since. I also finished mine, so if you want to, you can undo the next two. Yes. So go ahead and give me another. We'll do an first we'll do a memory check, which I'll do as intelligence.
Cool.
An intelligence save, which you're proficient at, so +5.
Ooh. Cool. That's a nat 1.
Oh yeah. You.
I don't know a gosh darn thing. I do know that top bag has breakables, so be careful with it.
You take in everything that Dr. Pepper says about Rabbit Hole and the Frying Pan, and like you pick up on the reason, the soldiers' humor, the frying pan into the fire, in this war against the demons,
the fiery people, the things. Yeah.
But you are just totally bluffing it. You recall nothing about this town. You don't remember.
Perfect. I can play that perfectly.
You don't remember why you're here.
Cool.
At all.
Yeah. I mean, I took a pretty big hit to the head. Also, that doesn't really help.
So you step out. Light hits you. It is not your best.
Okay.
Do you want to be the type of person that sneezes when they get in bright light?
No, because I'm not that person, and I have no idea what that even No, not a thing. I have no idea, other than the fact that I'm partially blind now. Okay. So no, I feel like it's unfair that other people have that. So I'm not gonna.
It's a pretty weird thing for. Yeah. I wonder why humans have that. Why does it? If you know, let us know in the comments.
I feel like it must be something to do with the muscles tightening your iris and then being just close enough to a sinus cavity that it tickles something.
Interesting.
That's my guess. Tell me if I'm right. And then if I am right, fuck you. I'm awesome.
So you step out and...
It's still overstimulating and disgusting.
Give me a survival check.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
so... that means we're going to need to roll. We're going to pick how wise your character is. So for the odds at home, while she decides, we've got 2 options of 3d6, keep all of them. 1 option of regular, 4d6, drop the lowest. And 1 option, the best one, roll 5d6 and only drop one of them.
Yeah, I don't know which one I want to use that best one for yet. I think we'll do the other regular one. She should be pretty survivable. She's done really good so far.
So go ahead and...
Somehow, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're good.
Somehow she's drunk fairly regularly and has still doing quite well.
Sorry. So you're going to like put it all in Constitution? So we got 1 5.
Probably. Yeah, she's just alive somehow. And I don't know how.
4, 5.
Cool.
1. All right, so another 14.
Wow. What did I just roll?
Wisdom.
Yay.
Yeah. So now go ahead and roll your d20 roll for it. I think this is a lot of fun.
This is still I also like the checkoffs. I like being a little interactive with the papers.
That's fair. I like
fun.
Chekhov's gun.
You like a Chekhov's gun?
I'm also a big fan of no prep adventures. And so this allows it to be a no prep adventure.
That's really cool. Yeah, I agree. It's been fun doing a no prep adventure. Okay. I rolled a 10, so 12.
There you go. All right. With the 12, sun blaring. It's probably early in the morning. You can tell from the angle. You hope it's early in the morning.
Do I know how long we've been traveling? How long were we in the carriage?
I think that you got in the carriage last night. And so you've been traveling like all through the night.
It's already morning?
Yeah.
It's so early.
So you can tell which direction north is.
Cool.
You are here. Where the carriage is stopped over here on the main road, main street, next to there's a building on your left, a building on your right, and you can see in the middle of the town is a field where there are a large field where there are hundreds of holes.
I think I say frying pans.
Okay. Hundreds of holes just big enough for someone to jump into and be covered if something were to go out.
That makes me nauseated. So I would assume that just like the idea that you don't know what's in any of the holes is not very comforting. So
presumably nothing, but you haven't checked it out yet.
So this works because that's north, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, so we literally open the door. Oh, that's right. It comes with the compass on it. Oh my gosh, that's delightful. Yes. So we literally opened the door, and I'm like, north, and that the sun is obviously rising there. So that's
there's buildings. There's like 5 buildings to the right of you. There's 1 building to the left of you. There's buildings along the north side of the main road, and you can see the frying pan. You can also see several buildings on the other side, but you don't recall.
What do we usually do? Do I recall what we usually are doing? What do we do for a living?
Give me another intelligence.
What is he here for?
Give me another intelligence saving throw. See if you can recall what you usually do.
A dirty 20.
Another dirty 20. Sweet. So you don't remember.
These are nice dice. I'll be keeping these forever.
Anything that you're doing, anything of why you're here, but you do know that typically when you get to a place, you go to the bounty board to make sure that the bounty is still up, because you don't work for free.
No. Of course.
And then you typically investigate for clues, ask around, see if there is anyone you know, any connections, usually a connection from the war. You don't always remember that they're there beforehand, but you're very good with faces. And so you usually ask folks around, and then you track down the person the bounty is. And then depending on if it's an alive or dead bounty, you take him in alive or you fight him, and maybe the plan is sometimes maybe and this is a decision that Destiny can make, whether if it's a dead or alive, which you choose.
Perfect. That sounds great.
So that's what you know about your MO. As you walk out, Dr. Pepper walks out behind you. Dr. Pepper's build is still very humanoid, but I'll give this to you for like free. Their stats are the stats of an elf. In this world, lineages are like, because your character wouldn't know any different. This is for Destiny. Mm-hmm. In this world, lineages are like ethnicities in our world. The folks lost the obvious differences a long time ago.
Okay.
So like elves, no pointy ears. Dwarves, not that much, not shorter than like a human. That sort of thing. Orcs, not green skin. that sort of stuff. But inside, the differences still affect them. So like orcs still have like that orcish resistant stat.
Okay.
But there is no, you can just tell just by looking at people. You have to be able, but the same way that folks can tell, like, oh, I am like, if you are like from Ireland, you might be able to tell.
Yeah, there's like a little whisper.
And so humans in this world, which is what your character is,
cool,
are folks that have such a genetic diversity that they've lost access to any genetic specific traits. So you have the genetic traits of like the resourcefulness and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So that's a little bit for you. That like your character, that's just the water that it's just the air they breathe.
Yeah.
But it'll be different for you coming from playing different TTRPGs.
Interesting.
So if you walk up to someone and you like ask, like what I think D&D 24 has changed it to, they call it species now. You ask what species they are. I'll say like they look humanoid until you're able to discover their sort of like ethnic background. But also in D&D 2024, there is no stat bonus associated for being an elf. So he's not particularly lithe because he's an elf.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like you notice some traits and you're like, oh, okay. And the region that you're in, like this is all like I whenever I'm like tired and loopy, I love the absolute like I already like nonlinear a little bit inside, in here. But like when you're tired or like drunk or loopy, like this is the path that your brain is taking. You're like, oh yeah, what's my MO? What I usually do, and then like, oh man, that way that he is taking the bags off the top of the carriage is making me think about stuff like I don't actually know where he's from. I know that in this region, the folks that settled here were mostly humans and orcs back in the day. And then dwarves were like the mines, because the dwarves still have a predilection. They're still very good at running mines. But elves, not native to this region, or no one is native to this region. It was fully settled by civilizations. It's not like, oh, my ancestors were from here. It's like, no, your great-great-great-granddad moved here when everyone was settling this area.
Okay.
It was previously unsettled. One, because there are no big cities here, so there's no wizards here. And so there are no wards against interdimensional bad stuff. Except there is because of the war. So you can go ahead if you want to.
My goodness.
And you can read the war if you would like to.
Okay.
But if you don't want to, you don't have to, because this is me narrating your thoughts going in and out. And since I led us there as opposed to you, I'm fine with your character just going right past it and not thinking
I'm trying to think how my thoughts would go. So knowing all of that and being like, go to the bar.
Yeah.
There's breakables in that. Well, he's always really graceful when he's always pretty gentle with, he knows my bags well. He's a good guy. He's really a good guy. I should really remember his name more. It's really embarrassing. He's done so much for me. I mean, I did a lot for him too. I saved his life like two, and I spent so many more than 2 times. It's been so many. We're going to the bar. We're going to the bar. He's so graceful. Saved his life. There's a lot of holes over it. I think I'd be more freaked out by the holes.
Okay.
I think I'm looking for the thing.
The holes could connect you to the war.
And I think that's what would connect me more.
So I think
I'd be a little uncomfy, and I'm trying to distract myself from the uncomfiness by paying attention to him. But he's just so damn graceful and slow. It's just not very exciting.
Yeah. And maybe you're not as thunk as you drink you are, and the flashback comes back, and you do now remember yourself in like your brain lets you know which one of those rabbit holes that you dug during training, because you were here.
Of course I was.
Everyone was here.
Okay, then I definitely would remember. It'd be hard to come here without.
Like, there's like in a split second, like in the time it takes for you to get the right flask. Like you go to like the one that's like actually like at your hip. You go to almost open it up, and it's the wrong you put it down and you get it. But in the time it takes you to actually drink a little bit more, everything that's under the war section.
The war, which is labeled the war.
Yeah.
I get to read about Widow Jane's participation in the war, which is one of the first things on this list, which was a lot to come into. Page 4, it was like, your name is Widow Jane and you participated in the war.
I guess you could, if you want to, I'll let you have the option. You can read the section about the war and then your participation in the war, or you can simply read Widow Jane's participation in the war, depending on what you want.
I think I'm going to start with Widow Jane's participation in the war, and then I'll see how I feel after that.
Sounds good.
So I think that seems like a good start. You would probably start with yourself, a little
And
flashback. So,
and my goal for writing this is that you get interesting stuff in every single one,
aw,
but
a little
definitely
present.
a lot of holes. Like definitely like the subsection.
Hey, there's a lot of holes there
There's holes in the
too.
ground. Did you like the movie Holes?
I did.
I thought it
I
was
read the
pretty good.
book too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard that they're both very good and both very different. The
I
book was inspired by his hatred of the heat because he lived in Texas for years.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. God, I got to reread that as an adult because I didn't appreciate. I'm from Arizona. And God, I hate the heat and the sun. So the idea of opening a carriage door to a horrible blinding sun is not far off from my experience as a child.
That's fair. I'll say definitely not as hot as Arizona over here in the region that your character maybe remembers.
Just bright.
Is like you're in a region called Rough and Tumble, and a subsection of that region is called Limestone Branch, which is, or the Limestone Branches, which is the limestone like river goes into the Green River, and then becomes a bunch of different streams and creeks and waterways that makes this part one of the most fertile parts of the whole Wild Wild East.
Okay,
so,
I like it.
I forgot why I was saying that because I got distracted by making sure that Wild Wild East, that it was actually Eastern from the rest of the world, but it is. I didn't make a whole map and then get the
and then fuck it up.
direction wrong. You'll see the rest of this map sometime.
Why did you start saying that? I don't remember.
No,
why you started saying about the locations and because it's not as hot. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. So it's going to be like Missouri hot, not which is still it's going to be more humid.
Okay,
but not
that's
quite.
fine. My hair
hot.
looks fantastic in the humidity, so it's great. Widow Jane's participation in the war. This is section 3, subsection 1. I feel it's really important for people to know that because it's 3.1 and it's really satisfying to me. And it says up here 3, the war in big letters and then slightly smaller letters because it's a sub, which is really good. I love a good subheading.
Well, thank you.
You were hitting the bottle pretty hard before the war. Oh, great. So after a series of events that you've done an excellent job of forgetting, you enlisted in the first wave of troops. Oh, God. Most of your wartime memories are pretty foggy, but either through vague recollections, vivid flashbacks, or a bit of detective work with context clues, there are some things you're able to piece together about your time in the Army. Good for me.
Sweet, sweet.
Through strong survival instincts, a good bit of luck.
A tongue twister.
It is a little bit.
Because I didn't read all this aloud. I only read some parts
Through
aloud.
strong survival instincts, a good bit of luck, and battlefield promotions. I got promoted while drinking heavily on the job. Good for me.
Oh, yeah.
You made the rank.
Because other people died.
Oh, no, I did great. You made the rank of lieutenant before you got your hands on your first firearm and really made a name for yourself as a sharpshooter. Ooh, you look out. At some point, you were assigned to an elite unit whose members were sent every which way at a moment's notice, usually behind enemy lines, and that's probably why everywhere you go seems a little familiar to you. Okay, that's actually very calm. I feel like it'd be a little bit more dark than that, but that's helpful.
Sweet.
So
yeah, so you also get like, and so this is one of the flashbacks that it mentions that like you get like the life. So I'll give you this. Like you are 3 levels rogue, 2 levels fighter. The 3 rogue was from before the war. 2 fighters from the war.
I like it.
Whatever it was that you were doing was not the hard labor of being a soldier. So your memories here are like sweating your ass off for like the first time and like being yelled at and conformed to like the breaking down that happens right like for soldiers to in boot camp, like the mentally like breaking down so you can follow orders at a moment's notice while you are digging this hole, and being yelled at that like someday like your ability to quickly dig a hole is gonna like your life and your comrades' lives are all gonna depend on that. That's like the flashback, like that stress and the urgency put onto you by folks are also there. And I think
it's very overstimulating. This whole place is aggressively overstimulating through history and things.
And I think that also with that, I would like to tie that into go to names. And there might be is there a nicknames category underneath names?
No, childhood names are rumors.
Rumors.
So go to rumors?
Yes.
Page 3. Rumors. Sometimes you hear stories about how you got your nickname. My nickname is Widow Jane, the Widow Jane.
You don't currently remember what your full name is?
It
'Cause you
doesn't
haven't asked
matter.
yet.
I've been going by that for a while
Yeah.
now. It doesn't even really matter
I mean, you
anyway.
might not. So yeah.
Jane.
Yeah, yeah.
You killed your husband the day before you enlisted. No. The people think that, and that's what that's fine. People can assume what they want.
And you can decide which of these are true yourself, and you could also choose all of them to be true if you wanted to.
Sounds fantastic.
You Destiny, for sure.
1000% she's gay, so that's not accurate. But it's
Alright.
funny that people think that. The demons called you the Widowmaker due to your sharpshooting skills, and part of the nickname made it across enemy lines. Maybe other people made it, but I don't think so. I feel like I came into the war with Widow Mist or whatever. Master Sergeant Henry McKenna. My God, let's do that again. Master Sergeant Henry McKenna took one look at you on the first day of boot camp. Coot Bamp is, by the way, what I was about to say there. Coot Bamp.
I'm always afraid that what you're reading is literally what I wrote because no one's proofread
You have a couple of capital letters that are like,
excellent.
Yeah. But so far it's been just me. Okay. Any problems? Maybe I'll let you know if something's wrong. But so far it's just been me. Master Sergeant Henry McKenna. It's a great name.
Excellent.
Took one look at you on the first day of boot camp. Christened you Widder Jane, like widow. I'm guessing Widder.
Yeah, just with his accent. So.
Widow Jane on display.
He like looked at you and was like, Widder Jane, and like a lot of in the war, a lot of folks got nicknames. Some of them just straight out of boot camp. That triggers a memory for you about Rabbit Hole. You have been here recently. You know that the butcher is the daughter of Sergeant Henry McKenna.
Oh, a female butcher, just sweaty and dripping with blood, sexy.
Yeah, and like good like biceps that have a lot of tone and definition.
Oh my gosh.
Triceps as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Butcher.
Yeah.
McKenna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. And then take a glug, shake your head off, and you're able to push down some memories.
Are we ready? Can I lower? I want to have like a little veil or something that I'm like, ugh. I don't know. It's very bright.
Yeah, you can have.
I don't think like sunglasses are a thing.
Yeah, you can ask for the veil.
Yeah. No, I think, or maybe I have a scarf and I'm like, ugh, I'm covering my head a little bit. It's very bright.
I think we can have sunglasses be a thing if you want.
Yes.
Gotcha. So they see you like making all the like the drinking and making all the gestures like, yes, of course. And they rustle through one of the bags and they bring out, and these are like just like big circles of darkened.
Chunky boys.
Here's the dark glass for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
James. Doctor. Thank you, and
to a drinking establishment.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
Which is from a meta way, not your MO. You usually check the bulletin board first. So do you want to still go to the drinking establishment first, or do you want to? You remembered your MO.
No, I think we go to the drinking establishment just real quick.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. I think that I don't really remember where anything really is, and I'm a little unsettled.
All right. So not knowing what any of these names necessarily might mean, which building do you go to?
Does that say toasted on it?
Yeah, but
Destiny wants to know what the fuck toasted is.
Oh, I know. This whole thing right here is Destiny bait. Like you.
Oh my God!
Like the fact that every single one of the things could be a person that you could talk to. I know it's like.
Oh my God!
Very dangerous.
Like, toasted. Why is it called toasted?
You don't know.
Billets. Barg. Okay. Well, I think.
Do you just want to scan around?
I think yes, but I'm not.
Perception check.
This is gross.
Okay.
I'm not going to look at the holes, other than like maybe be slightly aware that anything comes out of them, because that's freaky.
Okay, sweet. So give me, as you're like trying to avoid that, give me a perception with disadvantage. I think that you are proficient in perception.
Yes, I have expertise.
Ooh, so it's +6 plus your
That's a
wisdom.
double. Oh wow, that's cool.
Yes. This would be because your character is a sharpshooter.
That makes sense.
Also, your rogue stuff background, but definitely it was part of because it's connected to your rogue actually. You already had that skill, and it's what helped make you into a sharpshooter.
Nice, good for me.
So,
Okay, well, that was a 17. And that's a nat
Oh.
20.
So negates the nat 20, but
This is a really good die.
It's
I'll
really
be
good.
taking this. I won't get that back.
Beautiful.
My friend.
All right,
Yes,
so
so 17 plus 8.
Okay.
So
That's
25.
The beautiful.
I
Yeah.
can sniff out fucking booze from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
mile away.
Yeah, for sure. So you.
And I feel like there's like muscle memory here. I would still
Yeah.
recognize. I would have drank a lot while there, probably.
Yeah.
So.
And you have been here.
Yeah.
Since it was.
Oh, okay.
The frying pan.
Okay.
That's how you know that you have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's here. There's 3 buildings that you instantly recognize. The only 3 buildings that were that are the same have not been repurposed. You see far off in the distance, you see Barracks A, Barracks B, and Barracks C, which are these 3 buildings right here.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Which one would I have stayed in?
You.
With my 25. I think I would know that.
Yes. Go ahead and give me a D100 to see how lucky you were before you distinguished yourself.
29.
Okay. You stayed in Barracks B.
Okay.
Yeah.
B for badass bitch.
Yeah.
Bad bitch, Barrack B. Buck, 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 buck.
At the time that you came through, because you were one of the first recruits, they had not built. They built Barracks C while you were still there, because they were needing more and more folks than they were ready with. But Barracks A and Barracks B were the only 2 that were fully ready for you. And then a big wave came after you, but you signed up the first day. You're like, I need to forget. I need to get away from the situation. You also you look to your left, and the bulletin board is actually right there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. On the obviously. So yeah, I'm gonna look at the bulletin board. Sweet. It's right there.
And you very quickly
right here.
see that there are several things on the bulletin board, and I think I haven't prepared the fake ones, so I don't want to give away, which it's like doing 2 truths and a lie whenever you're like. There are 3 things on the bulletin board at the moment. There is actually I just got to come up with one more. I do have another in the chamber already. So if you want to distract folks for a little bit while I think of something.
Well, I have an idea what my name came from, but I don't know if
All right, I'm good now.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, so
good, because I was going to reveal it at the end. I didn't want to reveal it yet.
There's the tin. There is a reward out that is 50 goats for every tin cup bandit that is retrieved.
50 goats.
There is a 750 goats reward for the Whisky Thief, spelled THEWH. This version of whiskey is just a Y, not an EY. And then there is also a 100 goat reward for Buzzard, for Buzzard returned dead or alive. Whisky Thief is alive. The tin cup bandits are dead or alive.
Are goats the primary form of currency in this established? Like, if I go to the bar, am I like, okay, here's my, and then I that was a horrible goat sound, by the way.
Yeah, your character knows that's what they call. It's a gold coin. Gold
goat. Okay. Damn, I was really over here just a bunch of it's like really
annoying.
Joke that
infuriates Derek, because in D&D when they ask, they're like, whenever you're like, there's at one point someone like in D&D, I believe, was like one of the creators or one of the people who runs it is like asked like, okay, so like approximately what worth? And it might be in the old player's handbook, like approximately how much is 1 gold piece worth?
A goat.
And they said a goat.
So you can pay with a goat or a gold
coin. So
great. Well,
so you see that, like, immediately you see that bulletin board, like, because you roll 25. That's pretty high. You're getting a lot of information here. You also see that the sign of the building directly to your left says "Old Foe," and there's some stuff faded out, and you get to see that it says where it used to. All that's upkept now. The paint just says "Old Foe," but it had space where it said "Old Forward Operating Base."
Oof.
You also can then see the telltale signs of Old Foe.
Cross that up.
Is a bar. Is a
it's a bar.
A watering hole. Billets is a watering hole. Roost is a watering hole.
Oh, there's no wonder I
Toasted
love this
is a
place.
watering hole.
Oh,
And Rick by Rick is a watering hole.
there are 4 sides and there are 5.
There are 5 drinking establishments in this town.
That's amazing. Wait, so every... I thought that said bitchin'. It says butcher. I was like, that was bitchin' is definitely a bar. It's like every corner, but almost every corner. Toasted. Yay, Toasted's a bar. Oh, we're fucking going to Toasted. Okay. That's funny. That's great. That's so many bars. we're gonna get all the troops in, and we're gonna make sure they're nice and liquored up so that they can actually go off to war.
Yeah. You remember that so all the bars, all that sort of stuff. That's like when you were here, when it was just the frying pan. It was just the barracks and the frying pan.
Okay.
And then this building was the old Forward Operating Base, which is where Sergeant McKenna was.
Got it.
And any of the higher ups.
And now it is a bar. It's
now
not.
A bar.
Okay.
You can tell that it is a bar that also functions as the town hall if necessary.
Okay. I just, for some reason, feel uncomfortable with that building, so I don't want to go to that building. Also, I saw the number 750. That's the biggest number. That seems exciting. Is that what I'm hunting? Do I know?
Do you ask Dr. Pepper that?
750 goats.
Yes, Lieutenant, that is quite the bounty. We haven't quite decided to go that far yet, although perhaps if this one is successful, you might feel up to the challenge.
Of course. I never back down from a challenge.
That's not true. We run a lot.
Yes, we do. But I run towards other challenges. I'm not running away. I'm running towards the future.
Of course.
Yeah. I have not decided on an accent for this character,
No
and I think it's working well.
I mean, I feel like a drunk. I do feel like that it matches really well with like your way of like imitating like my speech patterns. Patterns is that like a character that's constantly drunk is without thinking about it.
Yeah,
just being. Oh, I think that's interesting.
Yeah, with their mouth, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Tongues are weird. Blah 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 blah. And goats.
So they very helpfully say. But of course, we'll be able to put the 100 goats to good use.
Yes.
Towards that ends. I imagine we might want to perhaps acquire some more.
I know that
firearms in order to take down the
is not
Whisky Thief.
the whiskey or the tinned one. It's the other one. What was the other one?
Buzzard.
Buzzard.
Yes.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, so you see that, you get from context clues, you're able to just quickly pick out, all right, yes, 100 goat reward, you are after the buzzard. Go ahead and I'll just give it to you now that like that pings some stuff. You know that the current quest that you're after is buzzard sells actually no, it should be here.
Perfect.
I believe that buzzard, this is meant to be like an introductory, the buzzard is meant to be the first person that you're tracking.
Ooh.
So they should be somewhere.
Oh, buzzard.
Yep, number 17.
Wow.
Oh, so this is also not totally updated, I guess. My bad.
It'll be 16.
It should be 16.
Got it. 16. Buzzard. A sharpshooter in the army who was eventually discharged after the war based on numerous accounts of their preference for shooting to fatally wound instead of kill. Like a little buzzard, he likes to feed off of the dead. After the war, they turned to cattle rustling and living off the land, causing a bounty to be placed on their head. I like the use of like non-binary, agender, like pronouns in your stuff.
Yes,
it's very nice.
I want whoever is reading this to be able to
be anyone.
Yeah, put any
it's
person,
very satisfying.
any gender.
Okay, so discharged. Lots of accounts of shooting to wound instead of kill, and they turned to cattle rustling and living off the land, causing a bounty to place on their head.
So extra information, you remember like they're part of the same unit that you were part of. You were part of this special sharpshooter unit called Preservation. And
that's funny. We do not preserve anyone.
Your troops.
Oh, yes, of course. But the joke is that we don't want any preservation.
Yeah, of the other folks. So, but they were... there was one of those things where like they just needed so many soldiers, and they were like similar to you, an excellent sharpshooter, and so they're just the like sort of like military police side of things wasn't able to catch up to them for the dishonorable actions until after the war. Whenever things were settled, when it was calm, there was a bunch of accounts of like just being like repaying evil with evil, which is not what the war was about. The war was about getting these guys out, repelling an invading force. And so your information is that they don't do any of their like picking off folks and getting some like either like they get like the horns from like a longhorn and like cattle and stuff like that. They're not stealing like whole herds of cattle. They are like stealing like specialty cattle.
Okay.
In a world where there's like magic items and stuff like that, I imagine there's some like particular cows and whatnot and doggies that are worth more than others. So they essentially go after specialty stuff, but they do tend to still like kill the watchmen that are guarding it. Word on the street is that all the other places that they do their business, you've noticed that there's never been a report in this area, and so your investigative mind believes that this is where they sell. And you're guessing that is because there is a large veteran population here, which also explains the 5 bars.
Oh my God.
In the old foe. No, actually, not. You don't remember. You don't know that part. So.
No.
That's what you get. You do remember that why you're here to track down Buzzard, and you've personally met Buzzard before.
Can he be my brother?
Sure.
Because he should be my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say brother when I met him, but now I'm gonna.
Okay.
You said you've met him before, and I was yes, I have. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. He can be a part of that past that you're trying to run away from.
Yeah. I see.
I couldn't.
No, it always catches up. You know, we run so much. I've gotten so good at running. You know, through boot camp, I sweated a lot, but I ran my laps, and they came in handy. Yes. Good. Oh, so perfect. Check that off the list. We've done pretty good for today. You know, I think that we're ahead of schedule, don't you think? So maybe we should have a drink. Is there anybody passing by that I could ask about where a perfect drink is? Everybody talks about booze. Is there a good place, ma'am, miss, sir? Is there anyone around that I can ask about?
It's not a big enough town that like people just like are always like necessarily walking around, but it is early enough in the morning that there is someone walking into. You do see someone walking in to the baker and you're able to tell that the next building to the north from.
I can smell that. That smells like a baker.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That sounds.
So there's a bakery there, and you do see someone is walking out with like
bread.
Yes, bread.
Ooh, that's promising. So that's the big. Sir, excuse me. Hello. Good morning. Hello. What a nice loaf you have there. A lovely loaf. A lovely butt of loaves. Looking for an establishment to have a nice morning cocktail. Do you have any recommendations? Coming into town, visitor, never been here before. It's lovely, really, this time of year. I'm looking for a bar. Is there a bar?
Yeah, we got like 5. By the way, a pleasure. Thank you for your service in the war. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Basil.
I remembered that I'm wearing a soldier uniform.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Basil.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Basil.
Yeah.
Nice. 5 bars, you say?
Yep.
5. This.
Indeed. Old foe, billets, roost, toasted, rick by rick. They do like their drinking here. It's probably on account of the Veterans Guild actually, paying out to all the veterans that live here.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. What kind of loaf does he have? Just a white bread loaf?
Whole wheat.
Good for him.
Full baguette.
Getting all that fiber. Toasted. Yeah. Do they sell toast? Is there food? Does anybody have food? If you're gonna go somewhere, if you had just come into town and were looking to talk up some local folk, about some certain bounties that are around, and a fella named Buzzman Magoo. Do you know which has the liveliest, most talking of people? Also, do you know anything about Buzzy Magoo?
Go ahead and roll me persuasion. Just normal.
Okay.
No advantage, no disadvantage. Actually, no, we'll say disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't have a charisma stat yet.
No.
So you go ahead and roll for charisma.
I'll think it's low.
Okay. Go for it. So just the 3d6?
Yeah.
All right.
3.
3. Do you want to keep that?
Yeah.
It's a 3.
Shut up! I wanted it to be a 3. Oh, that's so satisfying, though.
So that's a 9.
Hold
You
on.
want me to grab it?
I'm getting in there. Do you like my socks?
I do. No, I thought your outfit was awesome.
Thank you very much. I got a bunch of new socks. Okay, so 9.
Yeah.
Is that straight? Is that 0? Or is that a -1?
It's a -1.
Cool. Perfect.
So I'll say do it with disadvantage.
Okay. 17.
You can roll another 20.
And then that one.
Okay, there you go. They sort of immediately change their demeanor, sort of like hold their like clutch their like bread like close to them, and they're like, never heard of anyone by that name. Good day to you, man. And they will.
Not a very friendly
and
bunch.
they will. They actually are heading right to the building just south of where you were dropped off. And it appears to be some sort of scribes or lawyers, someone that works with books.
Interesting.
And numbers.
He's gonna squish his bread. Poor man.
And disappears.
God, Destiny really wants to go to Toasted, but there's nothing bringing me over there.
I mean, just make so like this is what I tell folks. Like most times, there is not really a wrong choice.
Okay, I want to go to.
You need to make a choice.
Well, I hear there's 5.
If you want to go to Toasted, go to
I guess
Toasted.
I say eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and it just happens to land on Toasted.
Of course.
I want to go to fucking Toasted.
All right. So in Toasted, go ahead and go to. Should be Rabbit Hole. Are there any subsections to Rabbit Hole?
No.
So just go to Rabbit Hole.
Okay. Page 12. For those following along.
Yeah, I think you know all this information, but I'm going to double check.
Okay. Oh my God, Children of the War. That's not a great section. Didn't see anything there. It's not horrifying at all.
Yeah. So go ahead and read. You can read all that, and then I'll give you any additional information.
Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole was the main boot camp for sappers during the war, and they converted it into a town thereafter. This was going to be the original accent before I forgot about that. It was going to be much more southern, but I just forgot. I don't forget. I gosh darn forget that. Rabbit Hole has more watering holes than most towns in the Middle East. Oh my God, the wild East. Very different. 1, Billets, Roost, Toasted, Rick by Rick, and Old Foe. Those are the 5 watering holes they got. Possibly explaining the amount of bars, Rabbit Hole also has more veterans than most town. Hayden, Young, Forrester, Davies, Rebelle, and Turk Wild, to name a handful.
Yeah. So these are folks that you're, without remembering how you know why, you suspect that you run into, if you go to enough bars here, you'll run into at least one of those 4.
Perfect.
So I'll just sort of ask you, as you go into Toasted, you'll run into one of those. Who do you want to run into? Of those names, who do you want to run into?
Of course, it's the one that isn't there.
I was going to say roll. Oh, my. Okay. I was going to say just roll a d10 and then subtract it and divide it by half.
It's like, I'll roll d6 and I probably won't get 6. I got 6 twice.
And then a 5.
And then a 5. Okay.
So that's
actually no. I want Rebel. I want to know if it's Rebel or Rebel.
Okay.
I need to know.
All that for nothing.
It's like when people are like, "Which one do I pick?" And then they're like, "I'll pick for you."
And then don't forget that we are doing the companion thing. You have a bunch of dice.
I know. Well, now I'm ready to. That's yeah.
Fair. So you could have done that for your nat 1.
Forgot about that.
Improved it a bunch. That's all right. I feel like that means I'm doing a good job of engaging. And
very good. It's also over here, and it's out of sight,
fair.
out of mind. So yeah.
That's fair.
God, they're so cold. It's so satisfying. Sorry, hopefully that's enough.
All right, so you go into Toasted, and you said you wanted to talk to Rebelle.
Rebelle.
All right, yeah. So you walk in, and you see that already there are 3 patrons already and a bartender. And it's like, yeah, it's like you're usually the only person drinking at this time of day.
Wow.
And you recognize one of them by their long, braided, dirty blonde hair. They're an older woman that like there is some gray in the hair, but they are not wearing anything near the clothes that you saw them last, which was another soldier's uniform. Okay. They are wearing comfortable clothes now, clothes typical of post-war outfits. Something that is, I believe, stated in Children of War, so we don't have to get into it right now, but you might hear it again. Whenever like armies fight and stuff, like there is an exchange of culture that happens. It's not just like they're over here and we're over there.
Right.
Just like in Europe, how like we learned algebra from like the folks that were invading like from like the Middle East and stuff like that, and the fight and stuff. There was also this incredible exchange of like knowledge that happened like at the same time. The fashion has changed a bit, and so that's what's pushed it into from just a high fantasy world that it was before the war to this like high fantasy Western setting, and so like leather hats and the typical cowboy fare and that sort of stuff. So she's just wearing like
so super crazy cowboys invaded this land?
Do you want to read the war?
Now I do. It's now I need to know if
you see someone
cowboys...
that you haven't seen since the war.
Yeah, I also want to know what my connotation, like what kind of energy I have towards her, if it's a positive or a negative energy. So the war.
To the war.
To the war. Were we invaded by cowboys? Let's find out. The war. Out here in the wild, wild east, nicknamed Wild West for short. Yeah. There's a freedom you can taste in the air, but sometimes it comes with a price. Without cities and the wizards that tend to dwell within, the Wild West is particularly vulnerable to extra-dimensional activity. For as long as everyone can remember, every once in a while you'd need to put together a posse to take down some nightmare that had been eating livestock or polluting the air. So everyone was surprised when a full-on planar rift opened up and countless demons poured through like flour when the bag snags on a nail. That's a specific like image.
I worked for a whole 3 minutes constructing that sentence.
That's a lot of demons though. That's like aggressive, terrifying amount of demons.
So like here, we'll pull this guy out.
You got this for free.
I did. All right. So you see where it says Midwest Greater Province. Sorry if this is like smacking my mic a lot. And you see where it says New Rift. That's where the rift was.
Right there.
Yeah. So that's where it came out.
Okay.
Do you see Limestone Branch over there closer to you? That's where we're at right now.
And I see Rabbit Hole right there.
Yep.
And Oak Boundary. Rough and tumble. It's actually really helpful seeing that written out too, because that's not what I was hearing in my head.
Yeah. Rough and tumble.
Oh God. Okay, so demons are pouring out like flour, which is just aggressive. The land had known lawlessness, but never war. Hostility between factions faded in an instant. Everyone who could fight, fought, and everyone who couldn't supported them as best they could. During those brutal 3 years of fighting, wow, oh, not that long, honestly, for a war, alongside destruction and chaos, the demons also brought new culture, style, jargon, and most importantly, firearms to the Wild West. If these are country demons that come
They're
in,
like very cowboy.
I love that. Good for them.
They brought with them infernal firearms.
And moonshine and anything you could ever want.
All that stuff they had already, but like the style of like a cowboy and like the reliance on like steeds and stuff like that.
Love it.
Sort of stuff.
So they brought spurs and hats.
Yeah.
At the height of their success, the demons controlled nearly a full third of the Wild West, claiming the territory surrounding the Planar Rift as their own and renaming it Midwest Greater Province. Not a very terrifying name for a demon, we gotta say. If a bunch of demons take over and they're like, what do we name this? And they're like, we're evil. The Midwest Greater Province sounds great. Which every soldier immediately shortened to MGP, the name by which the region is still called to this day. Interesting. The tides began to turn as the east...
It's a whiskey joke.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries.
I know. I'm a new drinker. I don't know a lot. The tides began to turn as the Easterners adapted to firearm combat and began using them for themselves. Interesting. The town of New Riff was built on top of the magic circle that finally closed the tear and warded the Wild West from future incursions. Great word, by the way. I love that word, incursion.
Mm.
Oh, it's like tasty. It tastes good. Incursion. They say the magic circle was painted in blood, and you'll never be and you've never been sure if that's a metaphor or not. You're told you were there, but so far you have no recollection of the final battle, ritual, or ceremony that allegedly took place. I don't know if it's painted. I don't remember anything. I don't. Yep, cool. Perfect.
So the last time that you saw Rebel was in some hellish
Nightmare
yeah
of flower demons coming out like
just like a ton of demons. Lots of them were
spewing
dying.
forth.
Lots of you guys were dying. And you were in like the trenches with Rebel, and you both were able to make it out. Rebel dove on top of a demon that was going to like shoot at you with a gun, and you thought that she was dead, but she actually just wrestled the ammo out of it and handed it to you because you were out. Because no, that's for later. That's for later.
Jeez. Oh my God.
So that was the last, and then but you weren't. You were part of preservation at that time, so you were part of this sharpshooter unit that you got sent with your with spotters all over the place, and so you'd have an assignment and then you'd go. So you've met a lot of different other veterans, but they're not from your squad.
Got it.
So you haven't seen her since that one time.
Yep. Okay. There's a lot of a little bit of awe, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of I owe you something, and that's annoying, and that's a little stressful, and yay, women in the war. Perfect. Is she at the bar?
She's at a table with the two other folks.
Oh,
that
they're
are
all
there.
sitting at the same
They're all
spot.
there together, and they're just talking.
Oh, okay, perfect. Let's get a drink.